And welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3. I decided to start today's video off in Persona 3 Portable, just for the heck of it. We haven't really been able to give this version too much floor time compared to the others at this point. Before we head out for the day, since we actually have a choice in the matter, why don't we see what Tanaka is trying to peddle today? So, Tanaka's amazing commodities, granter of our desires, does he actually have something so amazing for us today? Well, indeed he has Garu, but that's not all. He also has Zio. For $29.80, actually, that's pretty good. Definitely cheaper than the alternative for quickly acquiring those cards, so I think we'll make an investment here. One thing I do need to note is that we are going to have to do some fusion soon, but it's going to be a little bit before we can actually return to Tartarus in order to get the money to sustain it. So I might have to liquidate some of my stuff in order to make some purchases, shall we say, because we've got some particularly expensive purchases to make in Persona 3 FES and Persona 3 Portable. How's it going, Yukari? Can't believe I'm still alive. If you weren't there, we'd all be dead. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here. Aw, you're making me blush, Yukari. How you feeling, Junpei? I thought I was gonna die, man. But you saved us by pulling the brake. I'm so glad you were there, dude. Life is wonderful, isn't it? I agree, my friend. I can't wait to fight again. When I'm in a battle, it doesn't last long. At least no one gets hurt. Very confident in his abilities for the guy who's suffering from broken ribs. I wasn't strong enough last time, which resulted in a difficult situation. I apologize for that. There's no need to apologize, Mitsuda. You're doing fine. That's very kind of you. But even if you can forgive me, I don't think I can forgive myself. I promise to be stronger if there is a next time. You did the best you could, Mitsuru, don't worry. Anyways, time to head out and hit the town. First order of business is, our ultimate goal is Iwatodai Strip Mall, but let's pop on over to Polonia Mall real quick, and let's head into the Velvet Room, because at this point, after clearing the first full moon boss, or rather, it's technically the second full moon, I always get that mixed up. It's the first boss we actually fight, but the second full moon in the game. Welcome to the Velvet Room. I have something important to tell you today. My master has asked that I inform you about the Persona Compendium. By registering personas, you can summon them later whenever you wish. Please speak to me if you wish to view the compendium. And now, finally, in FES and Portable, we can use the compendium, so we can replace lost personae. However, in Persona 3 Portable and Persona 3 FES, there is a bit of a major caveat attached to this. Let's just take a look at the compendium, and tell me if you notice anything kind of weird about anything in particular about it right here. Yeesh, those are some serious prices. The higher difficulties of Persona 3, FES and Portable, way jack up the compendium prices. I believe it's like 5 times its base value. It's at least triple. So it is very, very, very cost intensive to use the compendium early on, and also late game when you're pulling ultimate personas out. Now let's see here. I do need to, at some point, create a Aramitama, which I will do that right now, actually, since we won't need a lover's persona for a while, and when I do finally need it, we can just, what is it? We can just get Pixie out of the compendium, so let's create Aramitama here. It's actually going to be a long while before we need to create a Justice persona. That social link becomes available much, much later in the Femc storyline. Okay, so I'm just making Aramitama now for the sake of having him. I do not want to get rid of Agi. And a couple of personas I want to make is eventually I want to fuse a Nekomata, and I also want to fuse a Omoikane at some point, which I'm definitely going to need some money for, so with that taken care of, let's make our way over to Officer Kurosawa's shop, because I actually do have a couple things that I can sell, so let's pop on in here. I don't have that much, but you should be able to find what you need. I got some new things. Take a look. So I believe mostly what he has is armor. Yeah, he has no new accessories, which would be the main thing I care about. Instead, he has weapons and he has armor, but we can more or less just find the stuff in Tartarus, so I'm not in a hurry to actually buy any of it, and the Angora sweater is better than anything he sells at the moment, so I definitely want to liquidate some of the dupe items that I have here. Can about sell basically every single one of these. I don't need any of them anymore. Now that Junpei can just tote around Juzumaru at all times, I'll hang on to that shirt of chivalry, but the rest of this stuff can just be sold. Your basic equipment just exists to be sold. It sells for a decent price. The accessories that our characters came equipped with each sell for 1,500 yen. That's pretty good, but that's still not the amount of money I want to have in reserve. So let's see. Ooh, that's actually sells for less than I was expecting, so that's an option that is not on the table. But I can sell some of my high-end healing items, and there's probably going to be a few of you in the audience that really hate that I'm doing this, but I genuinely am never going to need these items. By the time I would potentially need to use them, I will be just fine without them. So instead, we're going to sell them. I believe, I'm just going to hang on to a muscle drink. I believe I'll already turn that request into Elizabeth. We're going to sell these Trothery gems. There we go. Nice bit of money for any bit of compendium expenses I need until we have to return to Tartarus. With that taken care of, we can now get on to actually what we need to do today, which is go to Iwatodai Strip Mall and hang out with Bunkichi and Mitsuko. Actually, this is not something that I need to put in the supplemental video because I just kind of trailed off there, but then I remembered we're actually just spending time with them. And if a link, or rather a link event where you just spend time and there's no dialogue choices, will get you to a rank up the next time you hang out with them, the game will tell you that you feel like your relationship will go stronger soon. We will need to get a Hierophant persona for the next time that we hang out with Bunkichi and Mitsuko. So, with that taken care of, now we can move on to the next thing we need to do. We will take a sip of some pheromone coffee, which is kind of a weird name, but whatever. It increases our charm. There we go. Picking up where the last video left off, before we head out and get out and about on the town, boy, I'm already off to several false starts here, let's go back to our room and actually check out the Tanaka's Amazing Commodities, and honestly we'd have to come back here anyway, because we are going to be hanging out with Maya, but that it just allows me to more easily transition into checking out Tanaka. So let's see, we got, what do we got today? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Antibiotic gel, we get 2 of them, and we could get 5 sappy jellies, all a bunch of HP restoratives. We're actually coming up on a Tartarus visit in the near future, plus an opportunity to make some more money, so you know what? I will buy this antibiotic gel set. Why the heck not? Live a little, splurge a little.
Thanks, kid.
Anyways, Tanaka is all sold out, and with that taken care of, we can now talk to Maya. We have Onmaraki, and we might get closer. I think this is a good idea. Let's play the MMO until dark. Not all day, though. And you know what that means. You get to hear more of my wonderful voice as I have to read the cringe dialogue here. I'm in Shinagawa Dungeon. I see Maya. Whoa, did you just get here? We signed on at the same time. The weather's nice today, huh? Let's go outside. In-game. Duh. Traisto! Shinagawa. A gray-colored sky stretches as far as the eye can see. A barren wasteland lies before Tatsuya and Maya. Maya is stretching. For an apocalypse, the air sure is nice out here. Bleh. Yeah, right. It's just a game. We should go level or something. I'm so lazy, IRL Tatsu. I haven't gotten dressed or put on makeup. Maya stands at attention. I'm so pissed off right now. Mr. E is such a stupid SOB. Do you mean SOB? Yes, you get it! Woo! Tatsuya and Maya for the win! Haha! We must be soulmates, yeah? High five! Maya seems very happy. Maya is looking around. There aren't that many players no more. Most of them left for that new MMO, COW. There were a lot of dupers and gold farmers, but still. It's good though, because it lets us talk about personal things, right? Bleh. Maya is a shy girl, you know. Blush, lol. See, Mr. E is a teacher who's kind of above me. Oh noes, you can't figure out what my job is, can you? Are you a teacher, mayhaps? Yeah, you're smart. I knew you'd figure it out. You get an A+ for reading comprehension today. LOL, thumbs up. Maya seems happy. Well, now you know I'm a teacher. Hey, I just figured something out. When I complain to you, I feel better afterwards. From now on, we have to party up together, okay? Promise. Seems Maya feels comfortable talking to me about real life. I feel like we're growing closer. And sure enough, we get a rank up signifying that we are indeed closer, because that's how you measure friendships. I'm so pumped. I think I'll clean the bathroom. It's been 2 months. Oh. Maya's player signed off. Maya signed back on. Don't tell anyone about that SOB stuff, okay? It's our little secret. Maya's player signed off. I decided to log out as well. Got a lot to process here.
Hello, this is Elizabeth speaking. I would appreciate it if you could come to the Velvet Room. There is a matter I would like to discuss with you. Goodbye now.
Elizabeth is waiting for me at the Velvet Room. I wonder what she wants to talk about. I guess I should head to Polonium Mall. I'll head to the entrance of the Velvet Room. And yeah, now we have to actually walk ourselves there. As you can see, there's a little exclamation point, and what's this? Elizabeth seems to have stepped out to meet us.
I apologize for asking you to come at such short notice. Truth be told, I'd like to ask you a favor. I've been searching for someone of exceptional ability. So if you have the time, do you mind taking on several of my requests? On special occasions, I may require you to escort me on certain excursions. Of course, you will be aptly rewarded for completing the request. I look forward to your cooperation and hope to see you demonstrate your capability.
I can accept Elizabeth's request now, and instead of getting access to the compendium after the first full moon in Reload, we instead get requests. Not really sure why they moved it back here, but whatever, that's what they decided to do. You can now speak to Elizabeth about accepting and reporting requests. Requests can involve anything from hunting for items to fusing specific personas. When you complete a request, you will be rewarded. You might see an influx of requests during specific times of the year. Additionally, there are requests that only become available after completing certain previous requests. The game right here is just alluding to how whenever a full moon happens, you can expect a whole bunch of new requests to pop in. Some requests have deadlines. If you miss the deadline, the request will expire and you will no longer be able to complete it. Go ahead and take a look. Alright, so we've got a couple of requests that we can already turn in here. Shadow subjugation requests are just simple shadow hunting milestones here, so we can get some cure waters for our efforts. We can also turn in the first old document.
Let's hear your report.
Unfortunately, Elizabeth does not really have the same kind of interesting flavor text that she does for completing requests in this version of the game, but that is what it is. So, one nice thing about certain requests is that we don't actually have to accept them in order to actually fulfill the requirements, unlike Persona 3, FES, and Portable. This was the case for a handful of requests in those games, but for the most part, a lot of the Tartarus-related requests in Reload, you don't have to actively accept them to progress them. Now, quests like the Pine Resin, we do have to actually accept this one to progress it. Truth be told, my love for soybean powder is rivaled by none. I hear something called pine resin looks just like my beloved soybean powder. I also heard that it's used as a tool in archery. Do you know anything about it? Now, this is the request where we need to collect an item from a specific character, but unlike the versions of the requests in Persona 3, FES, and Portable, there is not a specific date where we need to actually get this item in order to fulfill the request. We can just talk to the relevant character at any time. Obviously, it's Yukari. So let's see, we've got Experiment with Fortune Telling, which we actually do want to accept this one. This one will not progress unless we accept it. It seems you can find a famous fortune teller in the club at Polonium Mall. Rumor says for every question you ask, you shall receive an answer that is right on the money. I am greatly interested in the accuracy of this fortune telling. Would you please use this person's services so that I may verify the authenticity of them? Please ask them to predict whether or not rare shadows will appear more often. Alright, sounds easy enough. We also have Bring Me Juzumaro, which we do not have to accept in order to progress. We've got Create a Persona that's level 13 or above, which we will get to sooner rather than later. We gotta open up 50 treasure chests, bring a muscle drink, which let's take this one right now. Please bring me this beverage you call a muscle drink. It's not a particularly rare commodity, so you should be able to find and purchase it with ease, and that is exactly what we'll do for it. So let's go get the muscle drink real quick. I'd like to inform you, there's been a recent change in Tartarus. It seems that a path that had been blocked off is now open. I wish you a safe journey. Elizabeth said that a previously blocked path is now open. I should check it out next time I go to Tartarus. Sounds like a plan to me, but first order of business, of course, is to get that muscle drink. Let's step into Aohige Pharmacy, where we can no longer sell our goods. The competition is heating up between the local pharmacies, so he's got to make his store more unique or he'll be sunk. And there will be sales on Saturdays. Not that I really care. This is actually the first time I'm visiting Aohige Pharmacy. That said, in this version of the game, he actually sells some relatively good stuff. Notably, multi-target healing items. The first aid kit M is actually superior to Medea, healing 100 HP instead of the, roughly 70 HP that Medea restores. So it's not a bad idea to stock up on these. In Persona 3 FES and Portable, I mostly only buy revival beads and status cures from this guy. Anyways, we just need to buy one muscle drink, and yes, I'm already done.
You got everything you need?
I meant to say exit. Sorry, I hit cancel, expecting it to make me leave the store, and instead it just kept me in there. And let's see, okay, we are getting more Twilight fragments from Elizabeth. Good stuff, good stuff. Now, let's turn in our request here.
Let's hear the results.
Seems you've completed a request. Oh, is that perhaps a muscle drink? Though it looks delicious, it seems toxic at the same time. Thank you for bringing me this. I will slowly savor each sip later on. And we get 5 soul drops. That's an okay reward. Let's see. Okay, now we've got a bunch of requests to get here. I understand that there exists a machine in your world that automatically dispenses all kinds of beverages. What a strange contraption, is it not? Though I must admit, I have a peculiar interest in these beverages. Could you gather some for me? Of course, whatever you can get your hands on shall suffice. And then over here, we've got to get try a beef bowl. I hear that this Umiyushi beef bowl is, as you humans say, all the rage in town. Rumor has it that only enthusiastic freaks are permitted to consume this beef bowl. So, if possible, could you get your hands on a portion for me as well? Alright, sounds good to me. Now, with that taken care of, let's head back to the dorm and ask for the pine resin from Yukari. Yukari, I believe you have a side quest item for me.
Huh?
What's up? Come to think of it, Elizabeth asked me to get a specific item for her. Huh, you're looking for pine resin? Why would I have something like that on me? Oh, do you mean the powder we use on the archery team? The yellow stuff? And as you can see, this dialogue is not really any different than what Yukari says in FES and Portable, so we'll just take it and turn it in.
Good day.
Elizabeth, I have the goods.
Here are my
Turn it in
reminder
right
cards.
here. Seems you have completed a request. One moment, please, while I check. Oh, is that the soybean powder you have there?
Is that true?
Oh no, it must be the pine resin I requested. It really does resemble soybean powder. It's so similar that even an expert on soybean powder such as myself can't tell the difference. Now then, your reward for this request will be soybean powder. Do enjoy. Apologies, I was just using soybean powder to garnish a dish not too long ago, so... Please take this as your reward. And we get the toy bow weapon for Yukari. But we've also gained access to the next item request. Do you know of a device called a handheld game console? I would like you to bring me one. Rumor says it's a very dangerous item, but there are also many who love it. It's truly a mysterious device. Please be careful when handling it. Sounds good, sounds good. The character we need to talk to for this one is actually Junpei. Now, I will point out one obvious omission here, is that we can't do the Elizabeth date yet in Reload. It'll be a little bit before that request opens up for us, so we can't get the item that Elizabeth bequeathed upon us in Persona 3 FES and Portable quite yet, though honestly it's a while before that item becomes usable anyway, well, in the capacity that you can fuse what it allows you to make, so that's not a big deal. Yo, what's up? Come to think of it, Elizabeth asked me to get a specific item for her. Ah, you're looking for a handheld game console. Are you hooked on games now? Is it because of the game I gave you last time, huh? I can give you my old one if you're cool with it. Lately, I've only been using the newer, slimmer model. No point having two of the same consoles anyways. Hold on, let me grab it for you. Hey, not since you had to trade with yourself in Pokemon games. Handheld console acquired. Here you go. Let's play a match one day. I'll take you on anytime. Thank you, Junpei. You are a brother and a friend. So, let's just pop over to Elizabeth to turn that in. And once we're done with that, we're actually going to be returning back to the dorm because we actually need to use one of our software programs tonight. But first, let's turn in the request here. It seems you've completed a request. One moment, please, while I check. Is that a handheld game console? I heard these have special mechanisms that make the player forget about the passage of time. Though it doesn't seem to be particularly special at first glance. Perhaps this device shoots out some kind of ray when the power is turned on, and your memory Apologies, but I must pass this time. Thank you for bringing me one, but you can have it back. Please take this as your reward. A pixel vest, very nice. Let me see. Yeah, you have to press X on the request to actually see what reward you're going to get ahead of time. Kind of annoying, actually, but not a big deal. Anyway, with that taken care of... Before we do what I wanted to do, we do need to buy some drinks, actually. One of Elizabeth's requests, of course, is giving her one of every drink that we can buy around Tatsumi Port Island in the Bay Area, and the drinks sold in the vending machines in the dorms do count for that, so let's get those right now. And finally, we will play the Umiyoshi fanbook. The fanbook came with a membership code that can be used on the official website. Let's take a look at Umiyoshi's website. The Umiyoshi official website. Members only, exclusive takeout perks. Looks like if I register, I'll be able to order takeout from Umiyoshi. I should enter the membership code from the Umiyoshi fanbook. Thank you for registering. We hope you enjoy the Umiyoshi taste in the comfort of your own home. Looks like I've successfully became a registered member. You are now able to order takeout from Umiyoshi at the Iwatodai Strip Mall. It's gotten late, so I should head back to my room. No studying and reload either. Now, in Persona 3 FES, starting things out, we're going to be getting coffee at Chagall Cafe. Now that we're at the point where I can just play the arcade games, Horror House specifically, to keep getting courage points and still meet the courage threshold I need by the deadline, I can focus on just maxing out Charm, since that also needs to be maxed really early. And in Persona 3 FES, since I can study at late night, I'm still able to develop my academics while also working on my Charm, so I don't need to focus on doing quiz games right now to develop my academics alongside my Charm at a reasonable pace. Now, right now I'm tired, so I can't actually study tonight, but I'm also not gonna be bothering to save scum the tiredness extension for FES anymore. I'll try for it, but I'm not gonna actually reload a save if it doesn't stick. I'm going to pick up tiredness sooner or later during a school week regardless, just due to the fact that studying always carries the chance of putting you in the tiredness status. Incidentally, we're unpolished, but it's not something I'm going to actively be shooting for. If I can shave off a couple Horror House sessions, so much the better, but again, it's not critical at this point. I've worked on my courage enough that I don't need to specifically focus on min-maxing it anymore. With that done, let's get on to the actual next day. What's up, my dude? It's another glorious day with your good old buddy, sleep deprivation. The day before yesterday, though, that was wild. I never felt that kind of thrill in my entire life. Don't you think things have been getting real exciting lately? Definitely. I know, right? We pretty much won the battle and saved the city from total annihilation. How sweet is that? Sorry, got a bit of a hiccup there. I'm sure you all remember that midterm exams start next Monday. If you've paid attention during class and studied regularly at home, you shouldn't have any problems. Especially those of you who sleep through class. You must be preparing hard at home, right, Yori? Well, if you choose to throw the rest of your lives away by slacking off all your students, then be my guest. Who am I to stop you? Geez, try not to have too much faith in your abilities as a teacher, Mr. E. Mr. E? Well, anyways, I'm feeling kind of sleepy, so I'm just gonna nod off a little bit. I can feel the teacher's glare as I start nodding off. It's like my courage is being tested. And there we go, a point of courage. Why not? Still just determined, though. Of course, in FES, we're gonna be a good student and stay awake during our lecture. In my day, sorry, my throat got a little clogged up there. In my day, society was nowhere near as rich and abundant as it is today. That's why we worked so long and hard, to better our lives. Can you young people say the same? Our society's material wealth has come at the cost of its spiritual wealth. In Issei Monogatari, on the contrary, you stayed up and listened to the lecture. We get academics. We're making progress on that in FES. It's all looking good. Things are looking up for our academic future. Class has ended for today, and starting the day off proper, well, let's talk to this girl just to see what she has to say. Oh, you must be the new kid. Let me give you some advice. Make sure you study hard for exams. There will be some tricky questions. That's not really anything that I need to be told about. Junpei, what do you got for me? Dude, I was wondering what's up with the class, but then it hit me. Exams are in a week. That's why everyone's been so quiet. And this actually does bring up something important. When exams are coming up in Reload, Vanilla, and FES, you will not be able to develop any of your school social links. This has come up a couple times, and it's been explicitly mentioned by a couple of the clubs we joined, but it is true of any, school-related social link, even if it's just a friends link, so we won't be able to develop them. Also, Officer Kurosawa there was just reminding us that we have the opportunity to get a sale today, which I might actually check out now that I think about it. You actually do not need that much more money, but before I happen to forget, let's go around and actually buy all the drinks that we need. We need a Dr. Salt from this one, a Moonkist, a 1-Up. Yes, these, okay, we already had the 1-Up, so I didn't need to get that, but better safe than sorry. Let's see, Wild Duck Burgers are trying to tell me about the burgers. Next up, we need to head to Iwatodai Station Strip Mall, and we actually are going to start at the station for once in Persona 3 Reload, because we need to use the vending machine here. So, let's pop over to this vending machine, just clear out its entire inventory. Let's see, Seal of the Mist, this one. Oh wait, we don't need to do this one, we already got all the stuff in it. Okay, so, that wasn't, something I needed to worry about. Did I get the... Ah, crap, I got the stuff from the wrong vending machine. Oh, well, it's not a big deal. That just means I have to do the quest tomorrow. Or rather, tonight. But, while I'm thinking of it, let's at least get the stuff from the vending machine here. So, let's head up to the top floor. This vending machine is pretty easy to miss, but luckily I already know it's here. We can get some Fountain Dew. Do not care to get anything else. I won't really need the additional items anymore, and let me see, anything else that I need to take care of today? No, so we can actually get on to what we need to. So we need to focus on out-of-school social links, and our two options for that on days that are still school days are the bookstore social link with the old couple, Bunkichi and Mitsuko, or we could go to Naganaki Shrine, because we have set up to have a social link here with Maiko, the grade school girl who hangs out at the shrine. You came! I was waiting for you. Let's play! Alright, let's play. I spent time playing with Maiko.
Hey, what do you want to do next? It's your turn, okay? You get to pick.
I'm pretty partial to the jungle gym, honestly. Let's go for it.
Oh, yay! I love climbing on top of stuff.
Looks like it'll be getting dark soon.
I don't want to go home. I don't like it there. Can we stay here a little longer?
After playing together, she seems to have taken a liking to me. I became acquainted with Maiko, the grade schooler.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast established a new bond. Thou shalt have our blessing when thou choosest to create the persona of the Hanged Man Arcana.
And now we get a bonus to any Hanged Man fusion that we make. The Hanged Man Arcana doesn't really have a clear focus compared to the other Arcanas we've developed at this point. It kind of floats around from a different variety of specialists, usually something that's focused on a specific element, whether it be elect, fire, or even just physicals. But there are some interesting skills that you can access through the Hanged Man Arcana, so it's a worthwhile Arcana to keep in mind for the purposes of fusion in general.
You know, my mom and dad, all they ever do is fight. And just the other day, they said they were getting a divorce. I told them not to, but they won't listen. They probably don't care about me. Hey, you'll play with me again later, right? We're friends now. We're on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. You have to come see me, okay?
I parted ways with Maiko, then went back to the dorm. Obviously, if we had not previously given Maiko the Mad Bull and the Weird Takoyaki, she would not have been available to social link with today. But we did take care of that ahead of time, so we now have a second link we can focus on during these off weeks. Seems some of the equipment in the command room is malfunctioning. Could you go on and check on it? It shouldn't take too long. I asked Akihiko and Iori as well, but they didn't appear particularly intent on solving the matter. It doesn't seem to be especially urgent, so whenever you have the time, thanks. Now, this isn't actually really alluding to any kind of side quest, but what it is alluding to is content that was added in Persona 3 FES and was retained in every version of the game going forward. Incidentally, I needed to head this way anyway, so let's get these drinks. These were the ones that I was looking for. Got Aguafina here. Okay, I think I have everything now. I should bring them to her before I forget, and I will. Let's see here. We'll just have to remember to visit Officer Kurosawa, which we're going to be heading to the mall anyway to turn in the request. But here we're about to see something that doesn't really make a whole lot of logical sense why this is a thing, and actually opens up some pretty creepy implications later in the game. But for right now, just know that this was something that was not available in the original version of Persona 3, that is Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3, no subtitle. But added in FES and retained in every version of the game afterwards, there is this console that usually was just used in cutscenes before, but when Mitsu informs you of the errors, you can now come to it once a month and find out that there are video recordings on it, and these give you additional scenes regarding specific characters who live in the dorm. It's the command room. Kutsuki is alone, writing something.
A shadow in the middle of town. It managed to take over public transportation. I should investigate whether this means it's finally begun. The monorail. I bet this subject would make a good one-liner. Oh, I need to note that one down. Unfortunately, Lady Luck played a large part in our victory, especially toward the end. If he hadn't guessed at the right controls, things could have been very bad. For shadows to work in a group to overrun large machines is unprecedented. The engine. That was an ingenious move. What is it with me today? I'm on a roll. Better write that one down too. Always be prepared for heavy lifting during a mission. Because shadows aren't light. Oh, whoa, I'm getting a little off subject. Oh, but who cares? Hey, I should write all these down and show them off the next time everyone gets together. Don't care for seafood? They also serve ground beef. Oh, this has nothing to do with the status report anymore, but I'm having a blast. Let's see, what else?
The recording ends here. Mercifully, I'm sure the protagonist is thinking, but who am I kidding? I absolutely love that one. I'd be lying if there haven't been moments where I just sat around and made crappy jokes to myself and then subsequently laughed at them because, well, that's just how I kind of roll. Anyway, one thing we do need to do is we need to go to, what is it? We need to go to the Iwatodai Strip Mall, because we need to get an Umiyoshi Bowl. Now that we've become a member, we can actually order food from them. Is it this one? Yes.
Welcome.
Oh, I see you're a member. We have member-only dishes, so check them out. The website said only members can order takeout. So, let's see. Let's get the Umiyoshi Beef Bowl, and I think that's the only one we need to get. But, as you can see, there are a couple of interesting items here. Some decent restoratives in the Spring Cabbage Bowl, which is only 800 yen, which is a pretty good price for 100 HP recovery. But also, we get a item, the Great Yakiniku Bowl, that replicates Taru Kaja. Kinda interesting, though personally I don't think buffs that aren't multi-targeting are really worth the amount of time it takes to cast them. We just needed the Beef Bowl, so let's move on and return to Elizabeth in order to fulfill that request. Hey, Elizabeth, I got your beef bowl. Oh, hey, and she's also rewarding us for our bonds yet again. How may I assist you? Well, first off, I've got these drinks for you. It appears you've gathered all the different drinks. May I collect them from you now? Absolutely. Oh my. There are this many? It'd be such a waste to simply drink them. Perhaps tonight I will hold the ritual known as the after-work drink performed by laborers. In any case, the request is now completed. Please take this as your reward. Hey, we get a Medea card. Very nice. That's actually pretty helpful at this point. I should actually duplicate that tomorrow. Let's see. Next up, we gotta turn in the beef bowl here. It seems you've completed a request. One moment, please, while I check. So, this is the famous Umiyoshi Beef Bowl. The aroma truly whets the appetite. Now then, bon appetit. My, how delicious. Something this delectable must have cost a fortune. It didn't? Then I must applaud this corporation's effort to sell such quality food for cheap. Please take this as your reward. And we get a costume, actually. The winter uniforms for the men. Very nice. Let's see. Next up, we've got the Big Eater Challenge here. Evidently, those who proclaim to be big eaters pit themselves against one another in fierce battles. One such shall be held at the burger establishment at the Iwatodai Strip Mall.
Shame.
As much as I'd like to participate in it myself, I fear I cannot leave my post here for too long. Would you take on this Big Eater Challenge in my stead? Well, sure, Elizabeth, we can do that for you. And that is actually going to be our activity for the evening, is taking on the Big Eater Challenge, which we are more than capable of completing, though we need to take the proper steps in order to complete it. Let's head on in and take the challenge. Wild Duck Burger. Nighttime only. The Wild Duck Burger Big Eater Challenge is underway. 1,800 yen. As Elizabeth mentioned, there's a food challenge at night. Should I spend the night here? Yes, let's do the challenge. Big Eater Challenge for 1,800 yen. Oh man, I forgot to do my shopping. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. This is a ridiculous amount of burgers. I wonder if I'll be able to finish everything. No matter how much I eat, the amount of burgers doesn't seem to decrease. Let's see here. The options are look away from the burgers. Eating while staring off in the distance made me feel a little better. I feel like I'm making progress, but I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Let's eat without stopping. We don't want to let the food coma set in. Working through the pain, I managed to maintain my pace without stopping. It's the final stretch. How can I keep this up and complete the challenge? Let's think of something sour. Imagining eating something sour instead helped me maintain my pace. Time's up. Oh, God. Oh, I managed to eat the mountain of burgers. Oh, I'm not going to be able to sleep all the way through tonight. Pacing technique, and mental fortitude were all required. I feel like I've grown. And for that, we get a nice amount of academics, as well as some charm. And on top of that, we get some courage. I'm actually not sure the exact amount of points you get in each stat for this. I might have to look that up later. Thanks to completing the Big Eater Challenge. I can now order the limited weekend wild duck set when it's available. I think it's +4 to everything. First, I should report back to Elizabeth. I might be able to figure it out when I'm totaling up my points. My tiredness did continue in FES, so I'll be picking up the courage boost. Just one won't get us to our next threshold any faster, but if we do happen to get another tiredness bonus down the line, that saves me an arcade trip. For now, though, we're just going to take the medicine, chug it all down, and get our courage boost. After that, heading to Polonia Mall, as you can see, there is a distinctively rotund student sitting by the fountain. This is the Gourmet King that we heard about from Kenji previously, but it's going to be a long, long while before we actually interact with him. Now, I'm heading to the Velvet Room because, much like Portable, we have access to the Compendium now, and we better make use of that so that we can actually get the persona that we need. Now, in Persona 3 FES, I do actually want to, you'll find my fees for withdrawing personas very reasonable. Not at all, not at all. But, in Persona 3 FES, I actually do want to, register Orpheus, so that we just have a stronger version of him to pull out when we want to get him back from the Compendium, because I will definitely want to summon him back after a point. Now, I'm not actually going to summon him back right now, and as a matter of fact, I'm not going to be summoning much of anything from the Compendium like I did in Persona 3 Portable, mostly because it's not necessary, but also, like Reload, we're not able to pursue our school social links right now, so I don't really need any of these personae, and unlike all the other versions of the game, we're going to be going into Tartarus before we even need any more personae to come back out of the Compendium, or to just even capture them in Tartarus. So I'm just going to fuse an Omoikane, and if I can get a good skill list for him, preferably something with Agi, though I don't know if he's likely to learn that, that would be good, but if not, really just having him in general will be helpful. One thing that would be important to note about the Compendium in Persona 3 FES, and I'm not getting good skills here, so I'm just going to fuse them, but the Compendium in Persona 3 FES works differently from how it does in Portable, and indeed every Persona game after. In most games with a Compendium, not just the Persona ones, when you fuse a demon or a Persona, the resultant demon from your fusion is the one that gets registered in the Compendium, so it can have skills from other demons or personae registered in the Compendium. That is not how it works in FES. When you fuse something, the base version of it gets registered to the Compendium, so the version of it without any fusion skills. Let's just take a look at that in the Compendium real quick to demonstrate with Omoikane. We'll take a look at our Compendium here, and if I look at Omoikane, as you can see, he can only have Zio and Dia, like if I had gotten him from Shuffle Time. Something to keep in mind, if you ever make a really good persona and you might want to pull it back out of the Compendium, be sure to register it, because it does not register the awesome persona that you made by default. And next up, we're going to Bookworms, and spoiler, we're going to be doing a lot of this week in Persona 3 FES. It's the only thing we're going to be doing in the lead up to the exam, so get used to spending time with Bunkichi and Mitsuko in this version of the game. Returning home for the evening, we get the command room malfunctioning equipment. I will actually look into this and include the video in the supplemental video, so you can see what it looks like in Persona 3 FES. Finally, after a pretty busy day, we'll do some print club photos. We are just looking so stylish. Alright, for our first order of business in Persona 3 Portable, on the other hand, well, actually, not on the other hand, really, we are just going to Mr. Edogawa to increase our courage, as we do. I appreciate how quickly the text skips, but for today, we're doing a social link exclusive to Persona 3 Portable FemC storyline. It's been a while since we hung out with Rio, not since we started the link, actually, so let's catch up with her. Man, I'm tired. I'm stiff as a board. I was asleep that entire period. Have you ever slept during class? Sometimes it works like a charm, but not today. Still sleepy. I'm not gonna be doing that, Rio. I need to max out my academics as quick as possible. At least in this version, in the interest of developing myself, it's better that I listen. We have practice today. Are you going after this? Since we have our Mitama, we might get closer. So, let's go to practice after school. Hey, you look psyched. Rio seems happy. Gekko-kan, hi, Jim. You went to practice with the volleyball club. Come on, get those legs moving. You need to get under the ball. You can hear Rio's coaching voice. Rio, can we take a break yet? Huh? We're just getting started. But we're all tired. It's not like we're gonna make the finals or anything anyway. We could if we tried. Huh? The club members look at each other in confusion. True, our team might be weak now, but who knows what we can do if we seriously put our minds to it. The club members fall into a sullen silence. You're the only one who wants to take it that far. Who said that? Just need determination. Rio sighs. I don't think we're in the mood to keep going today. Let's just go, guys. But the bell hasn't... All the other members leave. Oh, Zoe-san. Well, why don't you leave too? Looks like the practice is over for today anyway. I'll be fine on my own. Aw, come on. I can't leave you alone. Come on, spot me. Okay. Thanks. Rio looks ready to cry a little. It actually does not matter what you say in any of the choices for this particular link. You and Rio finished practice together. It's almost time. About today. Is it always like this? Yeah. Rio laughs. All I want is to play volleyball. Everyone else just spends all practice talking about guys or loafing around. I shouldn't be saying this to someone who just joined up. If you want to play volleyball, it'll be a lot of work, but you're welcome to change your mind if you want. Rio laughs. You feel like you understand Rio a little better now. And with that, we get level 2 of the Chariot social link. Let's clean up and go home. I'm so hungry. Why don't we grab a burger or something? Hey, I'd be down for that. And after finishing up with the club, you decide to stop by a burger place before returning to the dorm. Like in FES, the console bank with the videos becomes available tonight, so if you want to see the goofy videos without any of the visuals, you are now free to do that in Persona 3 Portable. That's not what we're going to be doing tonight, though. Not that it takes time anyway. We are going to do Print Club, and we are still trying to extend our fatigue to get courage boosts from Mr. Edogawa, so if I don't get sick tomorrow, I have to reload and try again. Yo! So, starting off on Tuesday, we actually get a pretty unique thing here. A message from Junpei. You know, the two of us have never really hung out before. Seems like a good time for a breather, so how about we go have some fun? I'll stick around in the classroom, so let me know if you're down. Junpei's asking if we could hang out. Maybe I should meet with him after school. This is a new event to Persona 3 Reload, a linked episode. You may sometimes have the opportunity to spend time with your friends separate from social links. By doing so, you will be able to grow closer to and learn more about them. Spending time with them can lead to other opportunities to hang out later, so be proactive about it. Ignoring these relationships will stunt their growth, so make sure you show your friends you value them. What this means is that if you put these off for too long, it'll permanently end the opportunity to participate in the linked episodes, so you're better off just doing them as soon as possible in all but one case. But this one we're just going to do right away. Morning, you hear the news? There have been fewer new cases of apathy syndrome the last few days. Senpai said it's probably because we beat that shadow. If that's the case, then we did a pretty good job. Thanks to our hard work. Makes me glad that we went through with it. We can't be celebrating just yet though, since we have midterms next week. Let's just hope nothing like that happens again until midterms are over. Speaking of midterms, Junpei told me something. Apparently Kirija-senpai is going to give us a reward if we do well in our exams. But I bet our standards are so high that we won't get anything unless we make the top 10 in our grade. Probably. Alright, coming into the evening, we do have to turn in Elizabeth's request, But as you will see, Junpei's text message is still there, so we can actually just fast travel back to him after we turn in Elizabeth's request. First order of business, though, of course, head to the strip mall and actually turn in that request. Oh, is there something I can assist you with? Yes, we have a request to turn in. The Big Eater Challenge has been completed.
Let's hear the results.
Seems you completed a request. One moment, please, while I check. I see that you took on the burger establishment's eating challenge. I wasn't aware that completing it would grant you an access to an off-menu combo. What a truly generous service. Though it has only made me yearn even more to challenge it myself one day. Please take this as your reward. Twilight Fragments, very nice, excellent stuff, and I believe that's the last of the requests we can get from her right now, until the next full moon. I don't know if any more open up this month, because I haven't looked that far ahead in the schedule. Anyway, as I was saying, we can hang out with Junpei, so let's follow up on his text, meet with him, and let's participate in the linked episode. So, linked episodes kind of function as social links for the party members who did not originally have them in the original releases of Persona 3. Obviously, these characters got these social links in Persona 3 Portable, but I guess they wanted to retain the old social links from FES and Vanilla, and while still allowing the party members to have their own thing. Generally, linked events don't run as long as social links. I think they're about 5 or 6 per character that have them, but it's still an extra amount of development they otherwise didn't get in the original versions of the game, so I think they're a pretty good addition. Let's hang out with Junpei. Hey there, you heading back now? Let's hit the arcade. I texted you about that, right? Junpei has invited me to join him. This might be a good opportunity to get to know him better. I think it's an excellent opportunity to get to know him better. Let's spend some time with Junpei. Sweet, let's go.
I was wondering, you think we could pick up some new moves from these fighting games? Can you imagine if we had, like, a super badass special attack?
Yeah, absolutely. That actually would be really cool. Why don't we have something like that? I like that idea.
Dude, right? And besides, our power's gotta come from the heart, right? That's why I think comics and games will give us a little inspiration. Seeing those heroes in action pumps me up and helps me picture my fights better, know what I mean? But hey, maybe someday someone will make a game about our adventure. I mean, we have gone around saving people, like at the monorail. We kicked ass on that one, didn't we?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We sure did.
Making a comeback after hanging on by a thread? Woohoo, it was like a freaking movie, huh? Though I'd say you really stole most of the show. I admit, it wasn't on my game before. Next time, I'm totally gonna knock it out of the park.
Come on, you can do it, Junpei. I expect nothing less of you.
Whoa! Look who's talking like a leader. I'm stealing the spotlight next time. You know, I really do want to do my best. These powers, our mission, they got a lot of good things going for me. I've been really waiting for something like this. I feel like my life's finally starting to go somewhere. I don't plan on letting you get the best of me just yet. You hear? If you go screwing around, I might just have to take over as leader. Well, let's quit yapping and play some games. Our next enemy can wait. You and me are throwing down for the whole enchilada.
Bring it on, Junpei.
Oh yeah? It's your funeral, buddy. Yeah, take that. Die, 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 die!
I left after an intense game with Junpei. Junpei gets an incredible bonus from attending this linked event, +3 to his strength. A nice little bulk up to the power of his physical skills. There's a box on the counter. Hey, it's my goodies. Excellent stuff. We get some antibiotic gel and some sappy jelly. Very nice.
Oh, welcome back.
I was just about to go borrow my friend's notes. I really need to study more for the midterms, so I can't go to Tartarus today. Sorry. Yeah, unfortunately, Yukari is unavailable for Tartarus today. Not that I really cared. Akihiko, when can you be available? Whatever the battle, it's always important to face it with a level head. However, there are also opponents who will try to play mind games with you. Shadows may look mindless at times, but you absolutely can't take them lightly. I don't plan to. Anyway, moving on, what we're going to do today is have a delightful meal, because somehow this makes us more charming. Hey, if it works, it works. +4 to my charm, bringing it up to rank 4. Smooth. My sickness has persisted, or rather, my tiredness has developed into sickness, so I can get another courage boost today, which is very nice. We've, in the course of this video, we've gotten an arcade boost with no time lost, and now we're going to get another arcade boost tonight, but let's not get ahead of myself. One thing I want to bring up before I move too past this dialogue, unfortunately I kind of skipped through a little bit, but it's not too interesting. Elizabeth mentions to us the concept of weapon fusion today. However, the shop seems to still be closed. I look forward to its grand reopening. The shop she is talking about is the antique shop, which will not be available for us to use until the next month. But once we do have access to it, we will be using it pretty regularly. Anyways, one more thing I just want to comment on before I forget is I'm going to be picking up some of the quests here from Elizabeth, or rather just the one, since we need to complete the handheld game system one in the very near future. But of course, we've also just got all the other requests that require us going into Tartarus, which we will be doing soon enough. Next up, we will once again be visiting Bunkichi and Mitsuko at Bookworm's Used Books. Finally, we'll be playing Horror House, getting some more courage. We need all the bravery that we can get. Fortunately, we're getting close to the maximum amount of bravery we could possibly have. There we go. It's getting late. I would just like to say, before I move on to the next day, that you do actually get slightly different text during these late night segments when exams are coming up. As you can see, exams are nearly here, and you're tired. Starting the day out in Persona 3 Portable, our delivery arrived with our skill cards, which is good, because I did a bit of fusing, so I do need to customize up some of my Persona if I want to be able to cover all the elements that are in Tartarus. Afterwards, once we're in school, we of course visit Mr. Edogawa. I am sick, so we're able to get his medicine. One thing that I forgot to mention when we were social linking with Rio yesterday is that a major difference in Persona 3 Portable compared to FES and Reload is that in the lead-up week to exams, we're actually able to pursue our normal social links. They are not locked out to us, and we don't, or rather, we aren't forced to just hang out with Bunkichi and Mitsuko as our only choice of advancing social links, if that's the only one we've activated so far. So, I'm not sure why they made this change, really. At least for the male character, because the same is true for the male character. I did look that up in a guide. But for the female character, I do kind of understand why it's like this, in regards to some of the links that got swapped around and the different scheduling regarding them, shall we say. So, with that addressed, who we're going to be hanging out with today is our lucky friend, Yukari. Hey, Zoe. Hey, are you by yourself? We should walk home together. Going forward, Yukari's social links with the Femc are going to be relegated to the supplemental videos, because they are just extremely similar to how they are for the male character anyway, and we'll be seeing them in due time. And for nighttime, we'll be doing the usual Horror House, plus save scumming if my sickness does not continue. I can hear people talking. I've made zero progress studying for exams. I just can't concentrate at home. Even if I wanted to go somewhere else to study, I don't have the money for it right now. Why don't you go to the library then? It's nice and quiet, and you can find lots of reference materials there. Plus, it's free. Yeah, you got a point. I could study there. I just wish I had money for the Prodigy Platter at Wakatsu. Do you think it's really true that just one bite can make you smarter? Oh, I envy the rich. Incidentally, never use the library. It is a waste of your incredibly limited time. Let's discuss the Earth's rotation today. The Earth completes one full rotation every 24 hours. Alright, don't fall asleep on me now. This may be basic, but it's an important premise for the rest of the lesson. Let's see. Zeller. Do you know Do you know Léon Foucault? He's a French physicist who performed experiments regarding the rotation of the Earth. Which tool did he use in his experiments? I'd take a wild guess and say he's probably using a pendulum.
You got it.
Yes, a pendulum. The device he built has become eponymized as the Foucault pendulum, with full-scale replicas installed around the world. Flip to the next page. Oh, this is an application. Let's skip that, and that's an experiment. Okay, I answered correctly. Everyone looking in the class is looking at me with respect. Yeah, respect me. Bow down to me. Because I am smooth. Class has ended for today. The library is open for students to study in. Might be worth taking advantage of it ahead of next week's exams. Absolutely, positively not. We are not going to be doing that. What we are going to be doing is we are going to be hanging out with Maiko today. Let's go play at the shrine. With Inugami on our side, we get more points, though that doesn't really matter with the Hangman social link, because, well, it's only at rank 1, so we just need to answer one thing, right, in order to get this to rank up. What are we gonna play today? Whatever you want to, Maiko, and hopefully nobody gets the wrong idea here.
Never felt like miserable.
My tummy's grumbling. Can we go to Wild Duck?
I'm kinda hungry too, honestly. I haven't eaten since the Wild Duck Burger Challenge, so let's go. Okay, I ate the ramen too.
Yay! You're the best! I wonder what the daily burger is today. I love going out to eat. Because when I go with my mom and dad, everybody gets along. We used to have so much fun together. Why would they get a divorce?
Well, I guess they just fell out of love.
They don't love each other? I don't want them to get a divorce. Mom and Dad must hate me. No, divorce is stupid. I hate it.
She's sobbing loudly. What should I do? Well, it's tempting to try and calm her down, but we should let her get it out of her system. We'd make more of a scene trying to calm her down.
Sorry. I know it's awkward for you if I cry. I'll try not to.
Maiko is doing her best to smile. I feel like we're growing closer. And with that, rank 2 of the Hangman Arcana.
I have to go home now. Thank you for playing with me today.
After seeing Maiko home, I headed back to the dorm. Sup, dude? I'm so tired of studying. Hey, let's go to Tartarus. I'll think about it, Junpei. Sweet, I knew I could count on you, man. You coming too, right, Yucatan? You know, exams are just a few days away, right? But I guess I could use a break from studying. Alright, I'll come too if you decide to go. And we actually are going to go to Tartarus tonight, but we have something we need to take care of. Now, I'm only doing this in Persona 3 Reload, since it's a bit easier to get away with doing this in this version of the game, but we will be going to Tartarus later in the other versions of the game, so our Tartarus excursion will actually be saved for a later video. I will be taking care of it over the course of this recording, which I got quite the session ahead of me tonight, but it's not something you'll have to worry about me doing. But what we do need to do is we need to go to Club Escapade. I can sense an air of maturity through the slightly ajar door. I plucked up my courage and stepped into the club. I believe you need rank 2 in order to enter, possibly rank 3. But here's one of the more infamous moments of this game. Yeah, this place is jumping. All these people frozen in time. I feel like they could have done something a little different here. But this is what we got. But there are a handful of things for us to check out at Club Escapade. First order of business, if we check out the back here, There's something shut on the floor in front of the stage. We get a Twilight fragment, another one for the generous helping of those that we have. Now the first thing we need to check out is the Fortune Teller. I feel a strange aura around you. In my mind, I see visions, people's pasts, presents, and futures. For most people, I see clearly and far ahead. But you are different. Your future is filled with both blinding light and stagnant shadow. I can see but a small portion. What lies beyond that is shrouded in mystery. What a peculiar fate you carry. Now, young man, bearer of light and shadow, if you wish to know more about the near future, come and talk to me. I will share my limited visions with you. Speak to the fortune teller at Club Escapade to learn your future. A positive reading will affect the next journey you make into Tartarus. The results of a fortune will only last for the day you receive the fortune. You have a limited number of readings available to you in a given month, which resets each full moon. The fortune teller will not be able to predict your future on nights when the moon is full, so you'll have to plan your visits around the phase of the moon. Oh, it appears there's been a change within you. Well, allow me to provide you with a new fortune befitting the unusual light that you hold within. You are now able to select the new fortune, the Rarity Fortune. And this fortune allows us a better chance of encountering rare forms in Tartarus. So, let's get that fortune. There we go, 3,000 yen spent. If you were to go in the Tower's shadow tonight, you are destined to face an adversary clad in gold. The chance of encountering rare shadows has increased while exploring Tartarus. Let us hope that you find fortune in your destiny. With that taken care of, we actually want to talk to this guy in the corner over here. This is certainly a fascinating forum. Huh? You interested in the dark web too? I collect information from various people about interesting sites and forums. If you want, I can sell you some info, top secret stuff even. There is an informant at Club Escapade who will sell you notes with URLs scrawled on them. Entering the addresses on a public computer might reveal some secrets about the cities. Not sure why you'd want to do this on a public computer, but whatever. Anyways, we can buy some URLs from this guy to get some interesting things, but we don't want to use any of these right now, and I don't want to spend the money on them, so we'll leave him be for right now. One other thing I want to check out here that is exclusive to Persona 3 Reload is the Luxury Shopkeeper. Welcome. If you want to make an impression, accessorizing is a must. Let's browse his products. This guy sells a number of unique accessories. The Platinum Brooch, which is costly but does not do anything. The Avaricious Ring, which gives more experience to the character it's equipped to. The Earrings of Grit, which restore 1 HP upon death once per battle, so basically the endurability. And the best item that he sells, the Amrotite Necklace. This gives you protection to all ailments. An incredibly useful accessory and an incredibly expensive one. Will be a while before we can use that. But yes, we are heading to Tartarus tonight, so let me pop on over to Mitsuru in the 1F Lounge and let her know that we are going on an excursion. Is something the matter? We're going to Tartarus.
Yes.
Very well. We'll meet at Tartarus around midnight. Don't be late. I'll let the others know. Stepping into Tartarus, we actually get a little event here. The High Priestess card is lighting up. The High Priestess Major Arcana has been added to Shuffle Time. All-out attack damage will increase until you leave Tartarus for the day. Very cool effect.
I've been waiting for you.
I've been waiting for you. May I have but a moment of your time?
Marvelous.
I must congratulate you on your recent victory. Your power continues to grow, it seems. On the topic of such power, I must ask, are you familiar with the Major Arcana? I am.
Yes.
To utilize metaphor, the Major Arcana are the parent plants which will help you propagate your ever-growing garden of abilities. After defeating particularly strong shadows, these Major Arcana will appear to you as cards. It would be in your best interest to collect these cards as you find them. When you've obtained a special card after overcoming a major battle, a new Major Arcana card will be added to Shuffle Time. The Major Arcana. That'll be a useful resource going forward. And that is where I am going to cut this video real quick, and we'll be coming back very shortly, but I have a whole Tartarus session to record, which will be coming in a future video. For now, though, we'll just cut ahead to after I've finished with it. Alright, the Tartarus trip for this evening has been completed, and as you can see, I have 65,000 yen in my current wallet, and with all the items that I have to sell, I'll have more than the required amount. Not by much, but for what I need for the month coming up, I need about 90k yen, and selling all my stuff will give me about 95k, and I can probably liquidate a few other items to get over 100k if I really need it. It should not matter too much, because I have also filled out my Persona stock with all of the personae that we're going to need to keep our currently active social links moving at a good rate. Unfortunately, can't really make anything too powerful at this point, but when we actually do make something that's relatively interesting to see in terms of combat, I'll be sure to show that off. Of course, it'll be a little bit before we see the Tartarus trip, but not too long. In fact, we should be getting to it in the next video. For right now, though, let's call it quits, and let's continue on with our day-to-day in the Bay Area. My sickness has persisted, so now I can go to the nurse's office and get a shot of liquid courage, though not the kind that increases my blood alcohol content, just the kind that literally makes me a more courageous individual. Anyway, I was just gonna cut there, but we've made it to Fearless now. Very nice. Next up, we'll be heading to Bookworms once again, though unfortunately we do not get a rank up this time. Finally, we'll get some coffee. Now, I've had fatigue persist for 4 days in a row. As I've mentioned previously, in Persona 3 FES, it is possible for your fatigue to last longer than 4 days, but the odds are rather low, so I'm not going to be banking on that, and we've kind of already hit the point where I've eliminated the need for at least one arcade game visit, so it's not a huge deal if it doesn't continue now, because like I said, we are almost certainly going to pick up tiredness during a school week sooner or later again. Starting Persona 3 Portable for 513 off with a rather amusing thing. There's actually a very small typo in Rio's lunchtime invitation. Practice it today. You are coming, aren't you? Yeah, that one probably could have used a second pass, and I will say I plan on going, but I actually am not. That is, you don't actually create any friction with your social links if you say that and then don't show up for their links. Anyways, that allows me to conveniently springboard into the question for today. So, let's discuss the Earth's rotation today. The Earth rotates once every 24 hours. Alright, don't fall asleep or anything. It's basic, but it's an important premise for the rest. Let's see. Zoe, how fast would you say the Earth rotates near the equator? Based on my great intuition of such things, I'd say about 1,700 kilometers per hour. Correct! Near the equator, the Earth spins faster than the speed of sound. Alright, what's next? Flip to the next page. Oh, this is an application. Let's skip that, and... that's an experiment. Okay, you gave the correct answer, and we get a little bit of charm for our troubles. For the last time this week, we will also, of course, be visiting Mr. Edogawa. Well, the last time this week in Persona 3 Portable, anyway. You never know what can happen in FES and Vanilla. And after that, I think it's time for a rousing round of Student Council, so let's go there. And after the exciting bureaucratic action, I think it's time for us to quiz ourselves a little bit, to make sure we are actually learning something from our Student Council duties. I can hear people talking. Hey, I think our school might really be haunted. A friend of my senpai's friend said that they heard a strange voice after school one day. No, don't tell me. I really can't handle ghost stories. Ugh, I'm getting chills. Maybe I should head to the nurse's office. No way! The nurse's office is that teacher's lair. He's seriously going? They'll give you some weird medicine and you might actually end up feeling worse. Apparently, the teacher in the nurse's office hands out weird medicine. Wonder what kind of ingredients it uses. Oh no, we're getting all the... We've eavesdropped the hot tips for all the drug hookups in Gekkokan High School. Wonder how Mr. Edogawa feels about that being his relation... what am I trying to say? His reputation. Apparently the teacher in the nurse's office gives out strange medicine. Maybe I should check it out sometime. And as a matter of fact, that's what we're gonna do for the first time in Reload, because we haven't really had an opportunity to do it otherwise. Now, like in FES and Portable, this gives you a 2-point bonus to your courage at no time cost, but the way it works is different. Just in case I didn't go over this previously, the medicine is only available either the day after you go to Tartarus or the day after a full moon event where you were active during the dark hour. You can visit Mr. Edogawa to get the medicine, but you can only do it, it's a one-time thing in this game. You can't get multiple courage boosts before a fatigue status wears off. Doesn't work like that anymore. You just get, it's a one and done. But hey, we may as well mix it in. The schedule I'm following actually does not account for this, though I don't know if that's really going to matter with how our points have been developing. What brings you to the nurse's office? Now, what do we have here? You seem rather tired. Is it a wound, a virus, a curse, or maybe love? This is the perfect opportunity to test my new concoction. Now, it is worth noting that it is not purely, or rather, if you're going for completing the game fully, you will eventually need to try out Mr. Edogawa's medicine. Sort of. And we'll get to that when the quest for it becomes available. Here, try this. It has bitter mugwort, poison carrot henbane, jujube, rabbit's foot, etc., etc. Even Hakusan's finest alchemist would be astonished by these ingredients. I shall improve your condition right here and now. Alright. Now drink this. Come on, bottoms up. Well, here's to the present. I downed the strange medicine, but nothing seems to have changed. Whew, well done. Whether or not it works is inconsequential. You survived! You've already emptied your cup, but cheers to your bravery. And we get our 2-point courage bonus that probably will not matter, but hey, it makes me happy to get it, alright? Okay. If you'll excuse me, Saturn is calling. Is that what you call your contacts? Anyway, we've got a couple other things to do before the day is over in, Reload, and man, I keep forgetting which button is the fast travel button. First order of business is to go to Polonia Mall. I'm going to mention this in the Tartarus section for Reload when we get to it in the succeeding video, but after you clear enough requests, Elizabeth will now offer to go on a date with you, so you have to clear a certain number of requests before this becomes available to you.
I've been waiting for you.
Regarding my request to have you escort me to various locations in this world, I would like you to show me around this Polonia Mall first.
I'm looking forward
If you have the time, then please come fetch me so long as the sun is out. Now may I assist you? Let's go on that date. Much like in FES and Portable, these dates cost us no time at all, so there's no reason not to take them at the earliest available opportunity.
I've been waiting for you.
Shall we be on our way?
Oh my! An encounter with one of your world's exquisite treasures, right out of the blue. So this is the fountain. It makes sport of water, a precious resource and the very foundation of life. Such a sinful form of art. I've heard of its mystical powers, wherein those who offer coin may have their wishes granted.
Well, that's just a superstition, but I don't want to ruin her fun.
Then I must try my hand at this. Fortunately, I anticipated this and brought a hefty sum of coins. 2,000 of your 500 yen coins, to be exact. I shall make an opening bid of 1 million yen. Oh! I was so caught up in the excitement that I started tossing coins without giving my wish any thought. This won't do. I shall give it more careful consideration before I return here in the near future. What is this facility here? I see there's a gentleman inside with quite a stern face. And these photographs displayed so prominently. Most wanted. Reward? Would it be correct to presume that these are your version of my subjugation requests?
Again, you don't kill them. Yeesh, you and Theodore are so bloodthirsty.
I see. So the target must be captured alive. I shall keep that in mind. This edifice over here, is this what you call a club? Dancers dictated by the sway of one's inner passions. A subterranean garden flourishing with uninhibited desires. Oh no! It's closed right now? Oh, what a pity! I had hoped to become part of the scene. Woo! Well, that was quite satisfying. But I'm overwhelmed. Everything looks so new and inviting. Everywhere I look, something catches the eye. If you don't mind, could you perhaps recommend our next activity?
Well, since you're in a musical mood, I think karaoke would be perfect for you.
Karaoke. Oh, could it be? It appears the time has come to demonstrate my hidden talents. One may even challenge professional singers at the touch of a button at this karaoke. Excuse me, would you mind waiting for a moment? I hadn't noticed there was a fountain on this side as well. Oh, yet another fountain on the opposite side. I see. So this place plays host to a trinity of fountain spirits. I apologize for the wait. Let us continue. Now then, I shall perform a song of exultation for my master. Sing along if you will. La la la. Oh my! You've never heard this song before? Thank you for the invaluable experiences you've shared with me today. I consider this mission a complete success. This may sound forward, but I'd like for you to accompany me again sometime.
I return to the Velvet Room with Elizabeth. And, of course, we have to report our request. Thank you for earlier. Now then, how may I be of assistance? Obviously, we need to turn in that request and get our reward.
Wonderful.
It seems you have completed a request. One moment, please, while I check. Thank you for showing me around Polonia Mall. Regarding that fountain, I still haven't decided what to wish for.
A shame.
Unfortunately, my master has vetoed my wish to renovate the Velvet Room with a dance floor. I was so set on establishing Club Velvet that coming up with another wish has proved to be rather difficult. Oh,
Marvelous.
I wish to come up with a wish. There, that settles it. Please take this as your reward. And we get the small Xiangsam. That will allow us to fuse Huapo and reload now. Again, like in FES and Portable, very good persona to fuse when you are able to. I believe she's still a level 20 persona in this game like she is in FES and Portable, so we can't quite get her yet, but as soon as I can. She's a very good firecaster, decent upgrade over Pyrojack, so very worth our time to get. Some people with apathy syndrome have suddenly returned to normal. I don't know how it happened, but I do know you guys did it. You have my thanks, too. Gotta tip my hat to you. You guys are impressive. Glad you're just assuming that, Officer Kurosawa, but hey, we have been working hard, and not hardly working. Anyway, selling our valuables there, and our redundant items, and let's look for our useless armors, any accessories that we're not using. Let me see, do I want to sell any of these, actually? Nah, we'll hang on to them. I could sell some of my consumables if I really needed the money, but I should be fine on this. I only have about 4,000 yen of discretionary income, but I don't really feel like I'll need to make any purchases. With all that taken care of, we now just have to head to Naganaki Shrine, because we are going to make our first usage of a relationship fortune. Relationship fortunes, when you walk up to them, you can draw a fortune and think of a specific character. In this case, we want to think of the online game friend, so we're going to think of her. This one goes out to you, Maya. Let's draw our fortune and see what we get. So, first order of business from drawing a fortune is that we get the relationship boost. This is plus 10 without the matching persona and plus 15 social link points with it. So, akin to hanging out with them on a day where they wouldn't have a rank up. I always struggle to find the right way to word that. Today's luck is... your fortune says you will have fair luck. Money may also be in your future. I found a crumpled up 1,000 yen bill in my pocket. So, the relationship fortune, in comparison to the fortune from Persona 3 Vanilla, does take time to use to compensate for how powerful being able to develop links you normally aren't able to is. But it still retains the effect of giving you a random amount of money if you get a good fortune. In FES and Portable, you can also get a terrible fortune, which will cause you to lose money and actually put you in the tired status. In the other direction, you can also get a great fortune that gives you way more money and also puts you in the great condition. Not that that really matters, but one nice thing about the fortune is that it does actually favor giving you a positive outcome rather than a negative one. Man, I really don't want to study. It's not like there's anything else to do. Come on, study, Junpei. Come on, man, not you too. You must be quite confident in your grades, Iori. Looking forward to your exam results. Oh, well, maybe I could study just a little more. And we'll leave Junpei to it. Since Akihiko got left out last night, once again, let's just talk to him and see how he's doing. Hey, not that you're thinking of pulling one or anything, but all-nighters are completely pointless. Whether it's training or studying, daily practice is what really provides results. Honestly, I agree, so let's, instead of doing all-nighters where we study, let's just do our evening activity, and then go straight to bed, which we have no choice for in Reload. Anyway, instead of actually studying, we're going to get a seafood dinner instead, because that's just as good as studying, and as a matter of fact, it's actually even better. This will be our first opportunity to use the seafood full course, which you need to have a requisite number of charm and have eaten at Wakatsu Kitchen at least once in order to get access to this. I ordered the seafood full course. I can sense Omega 3 is rushing to my brain. I feel like I can solve any problem now. That is exactly how that works. But yes, this is a far more efficient and effective way of gaining intelligence. Just talking to our map-loving student friend here to point out that he has some different dialogue during the exams. Hey, exams are coming up. I'm so excited. Why? Because it gives me a chance to flaunt my knowledge. This time, I'm gonna get the highest score in the entire 11th grade and impress Mitsuru-senpai. Please disregard that last comment. So, would you like to know what popular destinations are in the Bay Area? Absolutely. No sickness today, so we can just go about our business. Our business being bookworms used books, of course. And then at night, our first order of business is to get the handheld game system from Junpei, because we cannot get it any other time in the game, and I actually almost walked off and forgot to grab this, so I would have had a quest that would just be uncompleted or incomplete for the rest of the game, taunting me in the quest list, because that is something that can totally happen to you in this game. I think there's one quest there that's still the case in Reload, though I'm not too concerned about messing that one up, because I'm extra careful for it. Just turning the request into Elizabeth real quick. Is that a portable game system? I've heard these have special mechanisms that make the player forget about the passage of time. How frightening. How does it work? Does it send slight shocks to addle your mind? I don't think I'd like to try this anymore. Please take it with you. And on top of that, we also get some cursed paper. So nice, we got a handheld game system and some cursed paper. Thanks, Junpei. Finally, we'll be playing some Print Club tonight, getting more charm just by taking so many great pictures. For the first time this week, I'm also able to study and actually get some academics for it. And I didn't get tired off of it. I'd say that's a win all around. For Thursday in Portable, I think it's time we spent some time with Junpei. I'm not just saying that because it's in the guide I'm using. Hey, Junpei, how's it going? I'm excited to talk to you, man, because this is a second FemC exclusive link we're going to be seeing in this video. Haven't been able to get much of that recently. I've also picked up Nekomata using some compendium fusion, though it actually does not matter for this particular link. It does not allow us to get to Junpei's next rank any faster, unfortunately. So we're going to have to do some extra work to get Junpei to the next level of his social link. Whoa, thanks a million. Junpei looks relieved. Iwatodai Strip Mall. You and Junpei came here for no particular reason. Hey, let's get something to eat. Ramen or a meal? Maybe a beef bowl. Oh, wait, what about takoyaki? What do you want to eat? Let's do some ramen. Ooh, you're up for it too? Junpei seems to be having fun. Okay, let's go. Whoa, what the hell? Junpei is looking at a middle-aged man standing off to the side. Actually, staggering would be a better description. He's also yelling something. That dude's completely wasted. It's broad daylight, damn it! Do you think he's okay? He's fine. I mean, if he gets hit by a car or something, it's his own damn fault. Junpei grimaces. The drunk notices you looking at him and approaches you. What you looking at? What do you want? Get out of here. Junpei looks disgusted. Did something happen, mister? Zoe, just leave him alone. Let's go. Agakure Ramen. Junpei seems to be in a bad mood. Shouldn't deal with guys like that. I mean, you're a girl. Be bad if anything happened to you. Hey, Junpei. Try not to be too chauvinistic. Sorry. I don't like seeing drunks like that. Well, I doubt that anyone actually likes seeing people like that. Junpei laughs dejectedly. You don't have any parents, right? I know this'll make me sound like an ass, but I kinda envy you. There have to be some parents that their kids would be better off without. That's not true, Junpei. How could you say that? Oh, sorry. You must have had good parents. Sorry. Junpei seems apologetic. The ramen you ordered arrived, but the heavy atmosphere makes it taste oilier than usual. My dad was always drinking. He'd just sit there and drink, all by himself. And every time he did, he'd get violent over the stupidest stuff. But it doesn't hurt at all anymore. When I was a kid and I acted up, I'd get spanked and it would really hurt. But now, he's lost what strength he had, and I didn't even notice it. Whoa, sorry for bringing that up. Must be really boring you. Come on, let's talk about something fun! Junpei laughs. You feel like you understand Junpei a little better now. Getting some insight into Junpei's past. Now don't worry, this aspect of Junpei's past does come up in Reload and some of the additional content in FES, although it was kinda glossed over, or I don't even know if it was mentioned at all in Vanilla. However, it definitely gets a lot more focus in Persona 3 Portable, as you'd expect from Junpei having an actual bona fide social link with us. The Junpei Iori social link has reached level 4. Your power to create personas of the Magician Arcana has grown. Crap. Gotta finish these noodles before they get soggy. Let's shut up and eat. You and Junpei return to the dorm together. For the evening, we of course also want to complete our side quest, get the handheld gaming system, our Comp Station Portable. He has no need for both. We'll turn that in over to Theodore to complete his quest, and then the main thing we're going to be doing tonight, we'll be using the photo booth to take some delightful selfies with, you know, those fancy little filters, glitter effects, sparkle, shine, all that good stuff. Maybe put a few rainbows in the corner. Exams begin next week. Are you prepared? Oh, I was born ready, Mitsuru.
Yes.
Glad to hear that. I'll expect good results. If you get good exam scores, I'll give you a little something. Consider it a reward. To be honest, I'm not as well prepared as I should be. I'm still preoccupied with monitoring shadows. At any rate, the number of incidents has decreased since our last mission. If we can continue to defeat them, we may be able to rid the public of their fear. But that large shadow we encountered recently was clearly much more powerful than the one in April. Even if we include Akihiko in our ranks after he fully recovers, we're still lacking manpower. Yeah, maybe we should do a recruitment drive, see who we can find. It's gotta be more Persona users than just us.
So that's
Let's look at the paragraph on page 30, shall we? Kate was feeling a bit depressed today, but Jessie invited her to tea. Has everyone been feeling alright lately, considering the season we're in now? Yes, May sickness is a real phenomenon. We've made it through the brunt of it, but it may still be lingering. Now, who's ready for a little question? Mr. Zeller, you're up. What's the other name for May sickness? The more casual one. Well, that would be May blues, Miss Terauchi.
fantastic.
Excellent job. It's believed that the sudden change in schedule at one's new office or school brings about stress and a depressive mood. Thus we get the May blues. That'll be on the exam, so make sure you write it down. We've still got a couple minutes left. Let's talk about my experience studying in India. I answered correctly. Everyone in the class is looking at me with respect. And the fun doesn't stop with the relationship fortunes, because we're pulling another one. We will be pulling one for Kaz, so that we can social link with him and get a rank up once school is, or rather, once exams are over. I'll think of Miyamoto as I draw a fortune. I've drawn my fortune, and I hope I can deepen my bond. I hear a divine message. Blessings to the believer. There we go. I suddenly feel closer to Miyamoto. I feel like the bond I have with Miyamoto has grown stronger. Today's luck is, the fortune says you will have a little luck. You will not be significantly lucky or unlucky with money. I found a 500 yen coin in my pocket. So yeah, more often than not, when you take a relationship fortune, you make your money back, plus a little extra. If you get a bad result, you can lose 1,000 yen, but that's really not a big deal.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Seller. The exams are coming up. How's your studying going? I still remember the second year material well, so I can help you with anything you're unsure of. That'll help! You're too kind, Mitsuru. Don't hesitate to ask for help. We might as well take advantage of living in the same dorm after all. I know these will be your first exams here. Don't forget to help out others where you can too. Before an exam period, you might find your classmates studying in the dormitory lounge. A collaborative cram session can raise your academics beyond what you could accomplish by studying alone. And indeed, this is actually a new feature of Persona 3 Reload, and while it is a means to boost your academics, it also mostly just serves to give more characterization to the members of C's, getting additional cutscenes where you study alongside them. Junpei, do you want to join in on the study session? How's the studying going? Smooth sailing? Yep. Man, you're one serious student, aren't ya? Unlike me, I haven't even started. Oh, Junpei, you'll do fine, I'm sure.
Yes.
Oh, it's you. I'm helping Akihiko with his studies at the moment. Would you care to join us? I believe we can be of some help to you. That sounds delightful, Mitsuru. Very well, then. Let's begin.
Sorry, Mitsuru. I'm almost done.
You okay, Akihiko? You're sweating a bit there.
Well, you know how it is.
Akihiko, are you feeling unwell? You seem to be short of breath.
I'll be fine. More importantly, why don't you help his studies? He ended up in the hospital right after transferring. Might need some help to make up for the class time he's missed.
You do have a point. Here, these are my notes from last year. You can use them if you'd like. I don't think the content of the class has changed much since then.
Your notes are as perfect as ever. They're easier to understand than the textbook itself.
Flattery will get you nowhere. But I suppose I am rather particular about my note-taking. In class, I listen closely and write down bullet points. Then I organize them later into a more readable format. It's a bit time-consuming, but I find it's overall a more efficient way of reviewing the material. If you plan your day-to-day tasks effectively, Test preparation is as good as done.
I appreciate the tips, Mitsuda. I'll try to apply them. I probably won't.
You seem to have a knack for this. I'll teach you more of my study techniques next time.
Mitsuru's right. Efficiency is key. We're all given the same amount of time. It's how well you manage it that can set you apart.
Indeed, not even a second of time should be wasted. On that note, shall we return to studying?
Thanks to these two, I was able to focus on my studies more than usual. And we get 2 academic notes there, though I'm not sure if that's +3 or +4 to our academics. I'll have to total up our points to find that out.
Alright, done.
Huh? Akihiko, you're drenched in sweat. And that heavy breathing, are you sure you're...
I'm fine. I've just been squatting over my chair this whole time. Wanted to challenge myself to hold it until I was done with your notes. Working out while studying is quite an efficient use of my time, what do you say?
Why are you like this? I thought I told you not to push yourself until you fully recovered. If you take efficiency too far, it'll backfire. Don't follow his example, okay? Well then, I think we've made a fair amount of progress. Let's call it a night.
Of course, in FES and Portable, we have a different question on this day. Let's translate the paragraph on page 30, shall we? The bell's going to ring soon, so make this quick. In this scene, the family is sitting down to dinner. Doesn't it warm your heart? Now, who wants to answer a question? Today's the 15th, so I'll pick Cullen. One of the items on the menu for the family is pan. How would you translate this to English? Fortunately, I've taken high school Spanish, so I know that that generally means bread, which it does in both Japanese and Portuguese, in addition to Spanish. Pretty cool stuff, pretty cool stuff. Good job! Pan means bread in English. The term pan came from Portugal to Japan a long time ago. This will be on the next exam, so make sure you got this covered. I will. We've still got a couple minutes left. Oh, in today's newspaper, and she bores us with the horoscopes, but that does not matter because we got a charm bonus bringing us from unpolished to confident. Looking cool. It's all bookworms all the time this week in Persona 3 FES. Oh yeah, hanging out with old people. To close out today, we will of course be going to Game Panic and playing Horror House. Feeling so much more courageous already. We've only need, 4 more visits to the arcade playing Horror House in order to max out our courage. Looking great. For a very portable style Friday, I think it'd be a good idea to spend some time at the bookstore. So that's what we'll be doing. And after dealing with the lingering horrors of our own children's mortality, I think it's time for some more exotic, or fantastical horror, I should say, with Horror House. We're getting braver and braver by the day. Because with this courage boost, we are now tough. Rough and thoroughly tough. Hey! Running late, Akihiko? No, it's not the... I just ran all the way here. Doctor said I'm almost fully recovered, so I couldn't wait to get some exercise. It's about time for me to get back in the ring. After midterms next week, I'll be ready for club activities and fighting shadows. That's why I'm trying to make up for lost time. The last thing I want is to be a burden. Alright, Akihiko, but don't crack another rib while you're doing that. That's strange. I wasn't expecting the answer to be such a large integer. 50 sextillion times 1200, 60 septillion, multiplied by 1820, 10 octillion, 920 septillion? These numbers are too big to fit on the board. Oh, wrong equation. If we instead use our variables in the right one, the answer comes out to 3. I see. This is a very elegant equation, actually. You're feeling sleepy. But nah, we'll be a good student this time and stay awake. Huh? What will the exam cover? Alright, exams start next Monday. It'll just cover up to page 34, so this formula won't be on it. Kind of a shame, though. It's a real beauty. Maybe I should just put it on there anyway. Kidding! I'm kidding! Don't give me that look. I forced myself to stay awake and listen to the lecture. And with that little bit of points there, we have made it to Academics Rank 2, Average. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Alright, class has ended for today, and, well, there's a 10-year-old in our DMs, which hopefully nobody looks over our shoulder and sees this. Let's just go hang out with Maiko today. This is... it's hard not to feel a little weird about this social link, I'm gonna be honest, but let's just hang. Do you want to hang out with us today? Us? Who's us? Huh. Maiko have another friend? I'll be honest, I'd feel a little less weird if there was a crowd, so maybe this is for the best. Hey, okay then, let's all play together.
Hey! Have you seen Stripey? We were playing tag, but I don't know where he went. Oh, Stripey! There you are. You don't look so good. Are you sick?
Yes. I'm surprised you could tell.
Huh? You really are sick?
No, I was kidding. You're so easy, Maiko.
No fair! I trusted you! Don't tease me just because I'm a kid!
And who are you?
I'm just Maiko's friend.
Ah, so you're the one she was talking about. I was wondering what you were like. Do you see yourself as her guardian? Or are you simply two children playing together?
Hey! I'm hungry now! I want takoyaki! Takoyaki! You can eat with us too, Stripey!
No, I'll pass, thanks. See you later.
He's gone. I usually see him around the shrine on Sundays.
Huh, interesting. I'll admit though, the guy did look a little sick. Definitely a little thin, and he was moving pretty slow also. Feel like there's more to that guy than meets the eye.
I passed by on the way to cram school. Okay, it's takoyaki time! It's so hot I almost burned myself! I remember one time my dad burned his mouth on this stuff because I put too many in his mouth at once. He was like, "Ah!" Dad hasn't been coming home much these days. It's my birthday soon. Do you think he'll come home and see me?
I'm sure he'll be there.
You really think so? My mom always gives me presents on my birthday. But she hasn't asked me what I want this year yet. If they really loved me, they wouldn't get a divorce. You're the only one who spends time with me.
Maiko seems to have taken a liking to me. I feel like we're growing closer. And thus we've hit rank 2 of rank 3 of Hangman. Already losing track of what I have and haven't done.
Oh, I have to go home. Today's laundry day. If I don't do laundry, the house gets really messy. See you later, okay?
I don't think my mom would trust me or any of my brothers with doing the laundry when we were kids. Maiko headed off and I returned to the dorm. Please, Yucatan, you're the only one who can save me. This is the last time, I swear.
What?
Why am I the only one? Fine, just stop whining. So where did you stop taking notes? Oh, probably like the beginning. So, Yukari and Junpei are having a study session tonight. Now, we won't actually be doing the study session when it comes to progressing our stats. We'll be going to the arcade tonight instead. But we will watch the cutscene. Before we do that, though, let's head on over to the Polonia Mall because there is actually a social link here tonight. For the male character, there are 2 social links that are available at night, and both of them have sequence triggers you have to go through to get them started. This one's a bit more extensive, the other one is less extensive, but the link itself is longer. None of this really matters, though. These links are incredibly easy to fit into your schedule for a variety of reasons. It is worth noting that the Femc actually gets more social links at nighttime. Altogether, she will have 5 social links that can only be progressed at night, giving her a bit more free time during the day later in the game, but it'll be a while before we get to that point. I'm getting well ahead of myself, though. Let's talk to this mysterious man in the suit. My, aren't you handsome? Oh god, we're already starting off bad here. Can I interest you in being part of a promotional campaign I'm running? Oh, you're still in high school? That would mean, perhaps if I trained him. This is getting worse by the minute. The man seems to be mumbling to himself. Seems that my charm has caught his attention. Say, young man, how would you like to have all your dreams come true? Well, do I have a golden opportunity for you? I hope you aren't telling me that there'll be manly love available at 2:15 a.m. sharp on March 25th. Tell me more. I would not recommend saying this. In real life, of course. In the game, we have social links to develop. Now, this stays between us, so don't go telling anyone, okay? I can make you rich. 100% guaranteed. All you need is 20,000 yen. And your investment will multiply by 10? No, by 100. And the best part is, you don't even have to lift a finger. You'll become fabulously wealthy overnight. Just give me the 20,000 yen and I'll take care of the rest. Well, what do you say? I'd say that this is a very foolish thing to do, but a social link is also probably worth 20k, so you know what? Have at it. I gave the man 20,000 yen. That'll do it. I'll be in touch once your fortune has been made. I won't be holding my breath. Alright, so let's make a backup save right now. You'll notice I'll have some saves after this date because I had a recording where I was recording the video and then I got to the point where I was going to edit everything together and I noticed the recording had no audio because I had the wrong speaker settings. Whoops. Anyway, let's watch the study session with Yukari and Junpei. Oh, Zeller-kun, can you do something about this guy? He came crying to me for help studying for the exams. Come on! You gotta help me out here, Yukitan! Cullen, you'll help too, right? Right? Ah, sure, let's study together. Alright, thanks, man. So you'll help too, right, Yukitan? Jeez, fine.
Man, this sucks. Guess I don't have much choice with Kirijo-senpai getting on my case. She was like, if you fail your midterm, there will be consequences. I feared for my life for a second. You guys are my only hope. Give me a hand here, please.
You can start by taking this seriously. You've been distracted this whole time.
As they say, it pays to be prepared. Gotta get myself in the right mindset first, right? A good study session needs a clean and organized workspace and the perfect mood for learning. And so, to set that mood, I, Junpei Iori, volunteer.
What? Where is this coming from?
You there, young man! What lecture would you like to hear from the great Junpei? History, arithmetic, literature?
You know what? You seem like a guy who's familiar with the classics. I'd like to hear about literature, Junpei.
Aha! A man of culture. Literature it is, then. Have you ever read the famous dystopian science fiction novel 1984? Oh, you haven't? That's a shame, but oh well!
I'd really like to close the book on this chapter.
Look, we all need a breather sometimes. What'd you think about the great Junpei's lecture, dude?
I think that was a nice change of pace, Junpei. I'm glad that you did it.
Right? Can't have a good study session without a good break.
Oh, please. Don't let yourself get infected by Junpei's influence. If we keep humoring you, it's going to impact our studies too. Or maybe we should just let you fail. Find out what Kirijo-senpai's consequences are like firsthand.
Whoa, let's not get hasty here. I was just joking around. I'll get serious, I swear. Don't abandon me!
We all got down to business and continued studying for the test. And we get a boost to our academics there.
So this goes like that. And then you take that and carry it over here. And then, hey man, you mind giving me a little help with this one?
Oh, look who's actually putting the effort in. That wasn't so bad, was it?
About that joke I was telling earlier. Should I pause before the punchline or go with the flow?
Why don't we just pretend this guy doesn't exist and study on our own? I guess that's enough studying for today. Thanks to you, I got a lot more done.
You know what, Yukari? If you want me to pretend that Junpei doesn't exist and that I should study on my own, I can do that easily. And by study, I mean play arcade games. Hey, it's a quiz game. My mind feels sharper after beating other players with my quick answers, which is probably a more, shall we say, elucidating experience than one of Junpei's lectures. But there we go. Still gained some academics. And we're 3,000 yen poorer, on top of the 20k that we gave to the guy in the suit. Boy. Over in FES, I managed to duck tiredness while studying once again, so it's straight to the bookstore for us. And in the evening, we will get some coffee, because I don't feel like playing a nerdy quiz game, though I will study because I am not fatigued, and therefore it actually serves a purpose for me. I'd love to see if I get tired off of this study session. The FEMC doesn't really have anything else going on on Saturdays at this point, so we may as well start the social link with Maiko, so let's get this one underway. Hey, this is indeed a Let's Play, so let's play! And after an exciting day of not acting our age, I think we need to stimulate ourselves academically, so quiz game time it is. All that money down the drain. Exams are coming up, but it's almost time for the home shopping show. But in reality, it's time for the end of the video. This ended up being quite a long one, and it took me a while to make it, so sorry for the delay in getting this video out. Hopefully I'll be able to get the next one out a little bit sooner. But that is where we'll call it. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined.